Hello F1 fans and welcome back to our channel F1 Racing. So buckle up guys, because the latest news from the F1 world is sure to make your heart race. Red Bull's chief has just delivered a crushing blow to Toto Wolff, sending shockwaves through the sport and leaving everyone wondering what's next. The implications of this move are huge and tensions are running high as the F1 field prepares for what could be the most thrilling season yet. But amidst all the drama, there's one name that's sure to give Red Bull fans some relief: Adrian Newey. The F1 car designer and chief technical officer of Red Bull is staying put, dashing any rumours of a move to Mercedes. With Newey still at the helm, Red Bull is poised to continue their reign at the top of the standings. So let's strap in and get ready for an exhilarating ride as we follow this breaking story in today's video and see what the future holds for both teams at Formula One. Before we talk anything about Adrian Newey and his relationship and commitments with Red Bull and a possible shift to Mercedes, which Christian Horner denied, let's talk about Adrian Newey and tell everyone about him and where he is now. Adrian Newey, the Chief Technical Officer of Oracle Red Bull Racing, is a legendary figure in Formula One. With 10 constructors' titles to his name, he has propelled some of the sport's biggest names, such as Nigel Mansell, Alain Prost, Damon Hill, Jacques Villeneuve, and Mika Hakkinen to the Drivers' Championship. Newey's career began after studying aeronautics at Southampton University and working with Fittipaldi and March F1 teams. He tasted success in the US with his March sports car design, winning IMSA's GTP class in 1983 and 1984, and his IndyCar project, the March 85C, winning the car championship and the Indy 500. Newey joined Williams in 1990, winning 5 constructors' titles and helping several drivers to win the Drivers' Championship. He then moved to McLaren, where he won the constructors' title in 1998 and 2 drivers' crowns for Mika Hakkinen. Red Bull Racing hired Newey in 2006, where he faced his toughest challenge yet. Red Bull Racing had no championship pedigree before Newey's tenure, and he had to design the cars and the team around them. Newey's design for the RB5 proved to be an excellent platform, delivering 6 victories in 2009. The RB6 won the constructors' title in 2010 with Sebastian Vettel at the wheel, and also brought home the driver's title. The RB7, RB8, and RB9 followed suit, with Newey's influence is still evident in each design. While Newey stepped back from day-to-day technical matters in 2014, he still has an enormous influence over Red Bull Racing's F1 car design. His engineering skills have been applied beyond F1, from America's Cup to the Aston Martin Valkyrie, Red Bull's first road car project. With another huge aerodynamic shakeup on the horizon, Newey's distinctive philosophies and insights are more highly prized than ever before. So, guys, recently it was rumoured and speculated that Adrian Newey is going to change his team after almost 18 years at Red Bull. But is it true? Let's find out and see what Red Bull has to say about it. Christian Horner, the principal of the Red Bull team, has given a devastating blow to Mercedes employees Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, and Toto Wolff by stating clearly that Chief Technical Officer Adrian Newey will not be leaving the company in the immediate future. Horner's statement comes after Red Bull team principal Christian Horner insisted that Newey would not be leaving the company. After designing vehicles that won championships for Williams and McLaren before moving on to Red Bull, where he's remained since 2006, Newey is widely considered to be one of the most accomplished car designers in the history of the Formula One racing series. The past few weeks have seen an increase in the amount of speculation regarding Newey's long-term future at Red Bull. At the age of 64, Newey is no longer employed by the Austrian organisation on a full-time basis. Yet, he is still actively involved with the engineering side of things. Horner is confident that Red Bull is not worried about the risk of losing their best asset just yet. However, it appears as though we will be staying put for at least a few more years. His heart is still very much in Formula One, Horner told a new agency, Sky Sports. He added that Newey's commitment to the team was, it's not something they didn't talk about, contracts or longevity of contracts, but he would be there for many years to come. There are always going to be rumours in this paddock, that's Formula One. He said, Newey is such an important part of our team and a popular part of our team. It's great to have him with us for the long term, but also to be involved in some of the things we're now getting involved in. Newey is recognised for playing a key role in the design of Red Bull's car concept over the past 2 years. The wholesale rule changes that will take effect in 2021 will fit a particular area of his expertise thanks to the introduction of ground effect aerodynamics. These modifications will make Newey's work more suitable. It appears obvious that Newey will continue to oversee the team's development process for the foreseeable future, which could bode bad news for Mercedes considering that they have been significantly slower than Red Bull in recent seasons. Damon Hill recently hinted that Newey might be tempted to jump ship to the Silver Arrows in order to embark on a fresh challenge at some time further down the line. Despite this, according to Horner's most recent comments, Newey appears to remain fully dedicated to his current employment at Red Bull. During an episode of the F1 Nation podcast, Hill praised Newey for his long and successful history of winning, saying, "His success rate is unbelievable. Every team he has been to, he has won a Constructors' Championship driver's title." He said that he had lost count of how many. Hill also mentioned that Newey was seen watching the Mercedes W14 and its front wings during the Bahrain Grand Prix. Hill mentioned that this was something that Newey did. Hill feels that this may have been a hint of Newey's desire for a new challenge with the Silver Arrows, despite the fact that it is unknown what he was doing at the time. Hill added that he was a key man, and what he had to offer any team was invaluable. He couldn't help ignoring that thing he did in Bahrain, where he stood in front of Mercedes on the grid with his clipboard and stood there for a long time looking at their front wings. Anybody who knows Adrian will know, wait a minute, he has only got the most dominant car in Formula 1. Why is he looking at Mercedes' front wing? Hill told by making a joke. If Newey were to join Mercedes, it would undoubtedly benefit the team's overall performance and might even be a game changer. After the 2021 Formula 1 season, Mercedes had difficulty competing for race victories, many alone championships. This was particularly the case as a result of the new technical regulations that were ground effect oriented. Toto Wolff, the principal of the Mercedes team, has stated that it may take as long as a year for the Toto Wolff, the principal of the Mercedes team, has stated that it may take as long as a year for the team to regain its previous level of dominance. However, thanks to Newey's expertise and extensive experience, Mercedes has the opportunity to accelerate their learning curve and make considerable progress on the track. This is especially true considering what Newey is familiar with about the Red Bull team. So, it is interesting to note that Lewis Hamilton, the great Mercedes player, is also an admirer of Adrian Newey. Lewis Hamilton was in the headlines last year in last season after he showered praise on Red Bull's technical director Adrian Newey ahead of the Dutch Grand Prix 2022. The seven-time champion spoke highly of Newey's expertise, which he believes has contributed to Red Bull's dominance in Formula 1. Hamilton even went as far to suggest that Mercedes boss Toto Wolff should attempt to lure the top designer over to the Silver Arrows. Hamilton's admiration for Newey stems from his design of the competitive car Max Verstappen has been driving this season. The Mercedes driver noted that Newey's understanding of the new ground effect rules had given Red Bull an advantage over their rivals. During an interview with Sky Sports, Hamilton said, "If you look at Adrian Newey, he doesn't generally build bad cars. He's built amazing cars over the years. My championship-winning car was an evolution of his car. He did this on the thesis on ground effect flaws. I mean, it's no surprise, to be honest." Hamilton's praise for Newey has surprised many, including Sky Sports host Karen Chandok, who describes Hamilton's comments as extraordinary. However, it's not the first time that Newey has garnered attention from some of the biggest names in the sport. The Red Bull technical director is considered one of the greatest designers in Formula 1 history, with his impressive track record that includes multiple Constructors' Championships and drivers' titles. His expertise is clearly highly respected and valued within the industry. So, can Mercedes perform well without Adrian Newey, and how long would it take for the team in that case? Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff recently shared his thoughts on how long it may take for his team to return to the top of the Formula 1 grid. He revealed that it could take anywhere between 6 to 12 months as long as the team maintains a strong developmental curve and keeps heading in the right direction. According to Wolff, it took the team roughly the same amount of time last year to figure out what was happening with the car. So now they just need to double their developmental speed with a stronger development slope. He also mentioned that Red Bull's gains are likely to be smaller due to the maturity of their concept. After a disappointing 2021 season, Mercedes' performance has been severely impacted, especially after the introduction of new technical regulations in 2022. As a result, they have been struggling to compete for race wins and championships. Wolff's comments provide insight into the team's plan for the future as they work to regain their competitive edge and return to the top of the leaderboard. As we just mentioned Newey's role in 2022 upgrades, let's briefly discuss that now. So, Adrian Newey, the design chief at Red Bull Racing, played a crucial role in the team's dominance in the 2022 F1 season. The team faced a challenging balancing act in preparing their 2022 car while competing with Mercedes for title glory. Despite this, Newey's team implemented fixes and introduced a steady flow of performance-based updates that turned Red Bull into a dominant force. The RB18 car went on to win a record 17 victories, with Max Verstappen securing 15 of those victories. Newey, who is also Red Bull's chief technical officer, spoke highly of the RB18 car, stating that it was statistically their best car with a staggering 77.2% victory rate across the 2022 race campaign. He mentioned that the team had to focus on getting the fundamentals right, including front and rear suspension, layers, and radiators, while competing with Mercedes for the 2021 championship. Despite this tight championship battle, Red Bull channeled their resources effectively and created a car that Newey says the team can be very proud of. Newey's expertise and dedication to his craft have made him an invaluable asset to the team, and his commitment to Red Bull, even though he is now working part-time, is a testament to his love for the sport. Newey's success at Red Bull has not gone unnoticed by Mercedes, with team principal Toto Wolff admitting that he thinks Newey is one of the key reasons for Red Bull's success. So, is Newey working part-time or full-time with Red Bull? Let's discuss this question from fans too. According to Christian Horner, Red Bull's team principal, legendary F1 designer Adrian Newey, is no longer working full-time in the sport. Despite his impact on Red Bull's car design in 2022, which helped the team dominate the field, the 64-year-old is now working part-time, only dedicating half as much time to F1. Horner explained that Newey had moved away from day-to-day work in Formula 1 over the past few years and now divides his time between cutting-edge technology and the championship. While Red Bull's technical director is Pierre Wash, Newey still holds the unique title of Chief Technical Director. When his help is needed, the technical team can always bring him in, as he spends around 50% of his time on Formula 1 and is in the office a couple of days a week. However, he has been able to devote more time to the Valkyrie supercar project since Red Bull's technical staff is stronger than ever. So guys, that wraps up our discussion on the legendary F1 designer Adrian Newey and his current role at Red Bull Racing, and the blow delivered to Toto Wolff and the Mercedes team and fans after Christian Horner's remarks. So as we learned in today's video, Newey was instrumental in designing Red Bull's dominant car in 2022, helping Max Verstappen clinch his championship title. However, as Red Bull team principal Christian Horner revealed, Newey works part-time in F1, dividing his time between cutting-edge technology and the championship. Despite his reduced involvement in the day-to-day work, Newey remains committed to Red Bull and is always available to assist the technical team when needed. Horner also said that Newey is not going anywhere, which destroyed the hopes of all fans at Mercedes, and Red Bull fans got excited to see some great upgrades in the next season too. And with Red Bull's strong technical staff, Horner is confident that the team can continue to thrive without Newey's full-time involvement. But what does Mercedes think of Newey? As seven-time champion Lewis Hamilton himself has admitted, Newey is one of the most respected designers in F1, having built some of the most amazing cars over the years. And with Mercedes struggling to compete with Red Bull in recent seasons, some fans have speculated that Mercedes might try to lure Newey away from Red Bull to gain a competitive edge. But it looks like the recent remarks by Red Bull's team principal have broken up this wish for Mercedes. Only time will tell what the future holds for Adrian Newey and Red Bull Racing, but one thing is for sure, his contributions to the sport have been immense, and his legacy will continue to inspire generations of F1 designers and engineers to come. So guys, that's all from today's video. If you have liked this video and considered a great insight into the topic discussed, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow F1 fans. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates and news about Formula 1 and especially this season. So guys, see you in the next video soon. Until then, take care and bye-bye.